you didn't know it, is the time many of us may be thinking about making a New Year's resolution. It's not her, she's already got it all down pat. They're popular, but fewer than 1 in 10 people actually succeed in them. So joining me right now, our favorite time strategist, Alyssa Smith, with 3 ways you can be successful in making changes for the new year. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for getting up early, by the way.
Hey, you know what? It's my pleasure. I love coming here.
All right. Good. All right, the first thing we want to talk about is getting the right motivation. My motivation sometimes is like, oh, I just watched Rocky on TBS, and now I'm going to go up there and I'm going to drink some eggs and do some push-ups, and then I fail miserably.
Yes.
So you need the right motivation.
Yes, because here's the thing. So we all, I mean, the idea of a fresh start is very alluring. I mean, all of us kind of are looking at things. Usually the end of the year is a pretty traditional time to look at, okay, wow, another year has passed. There are milestones happening. And we're looking at, okay, what did I accomplish this year? And we might not be super excited about some of the things that did or didn't happen. So this is the time of year that it's very appropriate and healthy to be thinking about what you want to change. But if you go into it with resolutions that are results-based and that are based out of shame and all this different stuff, it's like, oh man, I really should lose 10 pounds. I really need to start eating better. And it's really motivated by these kind of heavier emotions. That puts the survival brain into survival mode, which means you lose access to your rational thinking at that moment, which means you're not going to succeed with anything you decide to do from that motivation.
So what should your motivation be?
So you want to go from a place of desire. So it has to be, I really want to live healthier this year. And we're going to talk about the results-based thinking too, because that's really not helpful. But you want to start thinking about what would really make me happy? What would really make my life better this year? Rather than, oh gosh, I just need to stop doing these things.
Yeah, and you just alluded to it, results-based. I mean, everybody talks about a goal, have a small one, a big one, but you're saying results-based can, in fact, be a bad thing.
It can, because it can set you up for being really upset about things you can't control, and that keeps you in a survival mode mentality. So the second thing that you want to do is not be so focused on the results that you get really upset if the results don't happen. So what you want to do instead is think about, what kind of lifestyle do I want to live that will give me the best chance of achieving those results, and then release the results and be happy with the lifestyle that you chose.
And if you do these, don't take these giant steps and hope to be able to catch up, but little small ones.
Exactly. Don't do anything cold turkey. Don't choose anything that's unmanageable, because one of the things that I hear the most from my clients is how busy they are, how overwhelmed they are. Don't add in things that you know you're not going to be able to accomplish. Make it really small, really manageable, and feel good about the tiny steps that you take.
Now, I would assume you're going to say this might even be easier if you do this with somebody else or in a group setting, which will lead us to our last question as well.
Absolutely. So accountability is huge, but not the kind of accountability of, you know, sort of the stereotypical coach who's being like, now get back, 10 more push-ups.
You loser!
You are the worst, and you need to do this better. No, it's more like just someone that's going to be next to you as a compassionate witness for your experience and what you're doing to make the changes. So having a group or having a friend or a mentor that's walking through it with you is really, really helpful.
You say all or nothing, that's also a bad approach.
It is, because if you go into it and say, okay, if I don't work out for 7 days in a row this week, then I have failed, then you're going to defeat yourself before you start. So you want to really go into it gradually, gently, and with the support that you need. And
you have a group that's just for ladies, correct?
I do, yeah.
Tell us about that.
I work with women, so I have a free Facebook group called the Stress Less Lounge, and it's a group where we just kind of talk about the changes that we're making. We're moving towards healing. One of the things we talk about in there is working through trauma issues. We talk about time management a whole lot. In fact, next month, in a few weeks, next month is next week. In a couple of weeks, we're going to be doing like a little, shame-free planning session for the new year, just to kind of introduce this compassionate idea of time management and goal setting.
Alyssa, thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, if you want more of that information, because she covered a ton, all you have to do is log on to fox59.com and look for the morning link and find more about the stress-free lounge, fox59.com/links. Thanks again.
Thank you so much.
All right, Amber, over to you.
I hear stress-free and I'm like, I'm all ears.
There you go.
So much stress. All right. Thank you so much for coming in. And